what we're going to do today is we'll be talking today about medical programs, dental programs, veterinary medicine programs, physiotherapy, pharmacy, and nursing taught through English in Poland at Polish medical universities. So once again, welcome at Medical Poland Admission Office Open Day in London. We're broadcasting from the Polish Cultural Association in King Street on this occasion, and we've just announced our second date to be confirmed, but I think at the end of June we'll be back with another event.
Yes, our main goal now is that you guys are focusing mainly on preparation for the A-levels. We know how important this final exam is for you. That's why we are now sharing all the information we have, our experience, and also to make sure that you will be well prepared, because we have also our experienced education team, which will be introduced shortly during this event. But for us, importance is to have a good candidates, well prepared, with good grades as well. But you have to also remember that the grades are not the most important. The most important is to have a good knowledge and be well prepared for the written test or the interview, which is conducted online.
Brilliant. So what we'll do is we'll first give you an overview of what you can expect in Poland, what you can expect in terms of third level education. We'll tell you a little bit about the shift that happens from high school or secondary school to third level, and then we'll talk about some specific universities and about our support in terms of education. So without further ado, I'll ask maybe Adam to say a few words about Medical Poland Admission Office, please.
Yes, Medical Poland has opened the medical journey in 2010 when we started a cooperation with a number of private hospitals in Poland, and we were helping patients with the treatments which were done in Polish private clinics, mainly dentistry, but also other treatments as well. In 2013, we have launched the cooperation, and we officially start representing a number of Polish public universities outside Poland. What does it mean? We, as a partner of the universities, are representing university with all the paperwork, with all the information. We are collecting all the paperwork on behalf of our candidates, and then obviously we are verifying that, and we are looking for a good place to study in Poland. In Poland, we have 15 Polish public universities, which offers programs through English. As you can see on the map, we have a majority of our cities where the universities are located are having a really good flight connection. So it's quite easy to get to Poland from London. I was flying from actually a city called Bydgoszcz last Thursday, and the flight takes only 1 hour 45 minutes, and you are able to get into London Stansted. So it's really good access to have a chance to study medicine or related disciplines, because we're not only talking about the medicine. We have in our already our students who graduate who are studying veterinary medicine, nursing, pharmacy, physiotherapy, dentistry as well. So there is a number of options in Polish public universities. Therefore, we are here to present you with all information required by the universities, all necessary information regarding the fees as well, cost of living in Poland. It's quite important too. And we can speak on behalf of hundreds of students. We already helped to secure a place and who are studying in Poland through English in Polish public universities. We in Medical Poland, we only work and represent public institutions. Therefore, it's quite important for us that we will meet the criteria together with our applicants to make sure that all work we do as a team will be accepted by the university, and you guys will have a chance to join international group of students who are studying in Poland.
Brilliant, thank you, Adam. A few words about what we hear from our students and applicants. Why they choose Poland, and how do we support our applicants? Poland is typically a destination for higher education because of the quality of third level education. That the fact that the qualification is recognized across EU and most of the world straight away. And thirdly, because of realistic entry requirements. So, in other words, the number of places in the UK for medical sciences, or the number of places in Ireland being limited. The caps don't apply in Poland, and there are more places available. As there's no central application system in Poland, one applies to different individual institutional requirements. But we'll get back to that in a second. What people also mention is tradition. Third level education spans across over 650 years in Poland. That's the oldest university in Poland. And affordable living and studying. So the cost of living would be lower. Now, the approach that Medical Poland Admission Office takes is really to support you from the very first step, which is research, or our first conversation that we have, through to graduation and beyond. So we're not interested in getting students to start the programs. We're interested in people starting to practice and practicing successfully medical sciences. So we help you research the options, we guide you through the application processes, we help you prep for the interviews and entrance exams if there are any. We organize guided tours of the universities. There's a larger group going on the 18th or 19th of April to Poland. That is going to visit a few of the universities. So we facilitate that and show you around the Polish universities and cities. But we also help you with then completing the admission process, settling in Poland, and also throughout the entire program. So whether you need to find or change a flat, an apartment in Poland, whether you need to pay a ticket because you were speeding in a rented car, or anything like that, we support you on the ground. Most of our team is based in Poland, so we have it's easy for us to do it. So as Adam highlighted, we follow a 5-step application process. First, we typically start from a one-to-one conversation, which we call a discovery call. So we get you to fill in our diagnostic test in the sciences, biology, chemistry, and physics ideally, to understand where your knowledge level sits. And then we have a discovery call discussing in detail your results, ambitions, plans, circumstances, everything that we need to take into account to be able to advise best for you to make an informed, calculated decision with regards to the future. Of course, the decision is yours. You then come back to us with what you want to do, and we plan with you the following weeks or months, so that you can apply to the universities of your choice. We then follow the plan. So if there's an interview and an entrance exam, we help you to prepare for it. and we support you in becoming a student.
So we basically have 5 easy steps, as Arthur mentioned. And one of the most important, guys, is that you contact support@medicalpoland.ie. You guys then requesting a discovery call with one of our advisors to then discuss your case individually. So we have a number of quite important questions to be answered. Also, we invite for the discovery call not only applicant, but we also invite you guys with your parents or people who wish to support you in making this decision. That's why the first step is the most important one. Contact support@medicalpoland.ie, or you can contact even support@Medical Poland Education, CO UK. Both support teams are then asking you to fill out the simple question form to make sure that we will be well prepared before the call. Also, Marta will tell you a little bit more about what we also do in Medical Poland, because we introduced over 2 years ago a new department called Medical Poland Education, where we have a team of specialists, team of lecturers from the Polish Public and Veterinary Medicine lecturers. Therefore, it's quite important that before the call, you will also be able to answer for our diagnostic test, to complete our diagnostic test from the sciences, to see where we stand as a team before we discuss that deeper and making a decision plan good for your future, because it's quite important. I also have a son. He's 21 years old. He's studying. I know how important it is to make all the information required and to have somebody who you'll be in touch, not only before the interview, through the admission process, but also we support our candidates, our then students, through the full period of time of their studies. We even now, this next month, are organizing, together with university, graduate ceremony for our graduate students in Wrocław. So you'll be able to even see how important for us is to start from the very beginning, when you don't know anything maybe about Poland, about the processes. We guide you step by step, and remember, we work as a team. That's why, for example, this question, Marta, I will now maybe introduce Marta to introduce you our education team and how important the diagnostic test is, because it's important to answer without guessing and also without checking the answers, because we have to work together. We have to know exactly where we stand. We have tools, we have all possible support needed to make sure that you will be well prepared for your medical or veterinary or dentistry or nursing journey in Poland and wherever you wish to study, because we need doctors. We need good doctors, we need good professionals. That's why the good solid knowledge at the beginning is important to make that happen. Marta, the floor is yours.
Good evening to everyone. My name is Marta, I'm Education Coordinator in Medical Poland Education Department. Yes, it's very important for us that you will complete our diagnostic tests from biology, chemistry, and physics. It's 30 questions, ABCD, because this will indicate what should be improved in your preparation and give you a better view how you should prepare, because there are some differences between UK curriculum and Polish curriculum. Yes, about our team, the education, I will tell you more about our education team shortly when we start to talk about programs which offer education department.
Maybe now somebody knows the answer for that question. What is the capsid? Maybe the audience as well can take part in this.
This is a sample question from our test. It's not difficult so much, so I hope that you know the answer.
You can use the chat window as well. Is the audience also?
I think we heard B. This is B. Just let me
I
check.
hope that this is B.
Let me check someone. B.
Perfect.
Daniel, I think you're right.
Yes, yes, exactly.
It's a protein code surrounding the virus.
Yes.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Okay, so that's where we start with the diagnostic test. So we'll skip the next few slides because we've already covered the application process.
Our application process, this is quite important as well, because as you know, we have members of a team all over Poland. We have a team which helps you guys with the documents, verifying documents, giving you tips, checking every single item we received, because it has to be done in very good way to make sure that the application will be completed on time, first of all. Secondly, without any mistakes. Then once approved, we direct it to the university, and then you guys are invited for the interview or test. And because of the involvement the Medical Poland is doing, we also have admission, our admission office fee payment, which is €245, payable actually after the our diagnostic test, which is free of charge. You can get a report after you will complete the test, and after the first discovery call, one-on-one we have. So you don't have to pay that before. You just pay that once we meet in front of the camera, and we know how we can help and what we can do together to make sure that you will be having a place secured in Poland. And then if we know, we make the decision that we work together, then we will ask you to make a payment of €245. Arthur also can mention what we also organize, the university tours, support on the grant.
I think it's important to remember that as I mentioned before, it's the entire journey that we help you through, that we envisage for you as well. So we support our students in organizing summer placements if they need if they need such help. We also give you access to our student community group, and in a sense help you to make friends before you arrive in Poland. If there are more students going from your city, for example. So we've touched on the application process. Essentially, if you email support@medicalpoland.ie or support@medicalpolandeducation.co.uk, you'll be guided throughout the entire process. And as we said, the qualification is recognized, irrespectively whether we're talking about the medical degree or veterinary medicine. The qualification is recognized throughout the EU and many other countries in the world.
Yes, what we can maybe, apologies Arthur for stepping in, what we can mention and highlight, that majority of our students, even our Irish students, because we have a large number of Irish studying in Poland, we have number of UK students studying as well, but majority of our students who are studying from Ireland, for example, UK and other countries where they can speak English, are trying to secure foundation year in the UK. UK is open to accept applicants for the foundation year, those who completed and finished the program in Poland, and we have a number of junior doctors now who are practicing here in the UK. We have graduates who are practicing as well already, having even their own clinics. I have to mention to our graduates who are dental surgeons. So well done to them. And this is quite important. Guys, we need doctors. From our end, you will receive a high quality of education. You will have a good experience, international experience, because you will be studying with not only students from UK, Ireland, but also from Canada, from United States, from even Japan. So international group of students, especially studying medicine or all related disciplines, which are very important in saving human lives, or small animals, so small patients, large patients. It's important that you guys making a really good group of connections. And as you know, medicine is developing, medicine is improving, and that's why it's very important that you will have good links with those students, because you'll be having a good friendships during the years of studying, and that's for sure. Arthur is a good example of a person who was studying abroad.
I was, and I wish those times come back. So yes, I did study in the UK for a while, and in Ireland for that matter, and Poland. So I'm a strong advocate of going in. To tell you a little bit about some of our most popular universities. To give it, I mean, the context is that irrespectively of which university you'd like to apply to, Polish Medical School or Vet School, we'll support your application, we'll guide you, we'll help you. Now, the reason we'd like to focus on a few universities today is
that we would have to spend, Arthur, a few hours
indeed
to explain you with sharing with you all the information about all public universities we have in Poland. But this will be also done once we will choose the university on before the diagnostic, before the call we will schedule with each of you. And then we'll be focusing on first option, second option, and then third option. So there is a number of universities in Poland, as you already know. First one is the most popular within not only Irish students, because that's why I'm saying about Irish students, because we also have an office in Dublin. We are now securing a place to have office in London as well. But because of the office in Dublin, in this particular university, Collegium Medicum, Nicolaus Copernicus University in Toruń, Collegium Medicum in Bydgoszcz, we have more than 150 Irish students studying medicine, obviously on different years. And they live in Poland, in Bydgoszcz. So that shows the huge number of students from one nation. But apart of Irish, there is a number of British students. There's a number of Canadian students. There are students from Norway, from Sweden, from Denmark. So there is huge number of different nations studying in Bydgoszcz, but majority are from Ireland, from Green Island. We had a couple of days ago St. Patrick's Day. So we can mention that Bydgoszcz was quite important with building the society of students who are studying from Ireland, because it's the largest group. Now the requirements. At the A levels, you should have biology, and you should have at least one of the following sciences: chemistry or physics. But the interview and the exam you will be sitting will be to check the knowledge from those two sciences, which is biology and chemistry. And then after successfully accepting the offer, you also have a time to accept or to reject the offer. It's very important, because we discussed that with our public universities, our officials, our colleagues, that we did something, I think, unusual, because we listen what our international students are planning. Because majority of our students, the first option they choose is home country, which we fully understand. Then the second option is usually Poland or other European country. They should have a time to accept or reject the offer. And what we do, we wait till your results from the A levels are given. Then we wait a few days after to see what offer you would like to accept. Either a Polish offer from us, or you will secure a place in, for example, Cambridge or Oxford University. So you'll be able to then reject Polish offer and accept Oxford or Cambridge. That's why a good way to start the process is to start as soon as possible to have a chance to secure a place. But then we can wait till you will decide after the A levels results and the offer you might receive from UK or from Ireland, for example, from the CEO offers. It's usually around the 20th of August. We give you that time to make the final decision of what university you wish to join. Obviously, we wish you all the best, universities, for your medical journey, and this should be your decision because you'll be living in the city and you'll be studying at the university for a number of years. So this was a short introduction about Bydgoszcz. Now we can go for another university, which is Białystok. Białystok is having slight different requirements, a little bit wider requirements, because they give you a chance to choose 2 out of 4 sciences from A levels or from Living Cert, biology, chemistry, physics, and maths. So you can choose 2, and once you have those 2, you will meet and you will be eligible to apply. But remember that during the interview, which is via Skype, you will be asked the questions from not only motivation, but also you will be asked questions from biology and chemistry. So those 2 sciences are very important. Even some of the universities giving you a chance to choose another and to present another science to be eligible to apply, but knowledge from those 2 sciences are required. That's why Marta will tell you a little bit more what we do in the cases, where one of our applicants can present only biology and, let's say, physics, and then they would like to apply, for example, to the University of Białystok, which is a very well established public university. They run the medicine program for a number of years. It will be, I believe, since 1946. Artur, correct me if I'm wrong. But the English division program was established since 2004. So as you can see, there is already 18 years of teaching through English medicine international students. So there is a huge number of graduate students from that university. Therefore, you will have a chance definitely to join the university where you can study with really good students from all over the world. So that was university in Białystok. And now I believe Artur can say a few words about other options. I can see that we have another person who joined the event. So maybe briefly we will introduce that we are recording that session, so we'll be able to share that with you. We had a number of registration in our system, but we also got the information from the interested to record that, because some of our registered applicants, they couldn't make it. So don't worry, we will share the video from the very beginning with you, and now we can move on to another university, which is number one university in Poland.
We've been going through
Poznań.
some of the medical schools. We've done Bydgoszcz and Białystok. We tend to operate by city names. Gdańsk is the next one.
Gdańsk, beautiful city.
Gdańsk, which is the north coast of Poland. So if you're into sailing, we will you'll be able to avail of the Baltic Sea if you choose to study medicine or nursing in Gdańsk. It's the largest and oldest university in northern Poland. Gdańsk in the recent years has really grown in the research space. So there's a lot going on in terms of research projects. The school is winning many major competitions in Poland, and it's also obtained the status of the Excellence Initiative in Poland. It's got a very modern teaching and clinical base, and also the same as all universities in Poland, but I think Gdańsk and Poznań in particular have a very modern medical simulation center. Medical simulation has been available to medical students as part of the didactical process for a number of years, but it's only making its way into the kind of educational mainstream now, as more and more academics are starting to use it on a regular basis. In terms of the entry requirements, Gdańsk is looking for obligatory biology at your A levels and chemistry or physics or maths. So you'd need to show very good knowledge of biology and one other science at both an entrance exam in biology and chemistry, for example, and at an interview. So we've got Medical University of Gdańsk here as one of the options. And as Adam mentioned now, what we really believe is, if not number one, then definitely one of the top medical schools in Poland, Poznań University of Medical Sciences. And as Adam is a little bit biased towards Bydgoszcz because he's from the, I'm a little bit biased towards Poznań. Because I come from around Poznań. But what really is important to remember about that particular university is that it was the first school in Poland, third level education institution, that started to operate or teach English teach medicine through English in Poland some 30 years ago. So it would have a very good numbers of alumni, over 2,000, I believe, alumni through North America, States and Canada. It would have approximately 1,000 international students at any given point in time there in Poznań. And it would definitely have state-of-the-art facilities and equipment, including a brand new, I think it was built last year or 2 years ago, a medical simulation center as well. So Poznań was the first medical school in Poland to introduce medical simulation in teaching, and it started and it initiated a competition that now grew to be international competition for medical simulation. I think it's called Simulation Wars or Sim Wars, and many students from all over the world take place and compete in that competition. Poznań University of Medical Sciences was also one of the most competitive medical schools in Poland to get into. And they're looking for 3 sciences, biology, chemistry, and physics, at an entrance exam, which is a 60 minutes or 75-minute MCQ with 60 questions in the 3 sciences, followed by an interview in biology, chemistry, and physics, either the same or the following day. So you're examined thoroughly in the 3 sciences. But definitely a very good choice if you're looking to practice in the States or Canada, because of the alumni network and a very good informal prep for USMLE from the uni faculty. So if you're looking to practice there, Poznań might be your number 1 on the list. Now, we'd also like to touch on 2 other universities that have a different admission model to the ones we've discussed already. So Pomeranian Medical University in Szczecin and Wrocław Medical University do not require one to do an entrance exam or an interview. They admit based on your A-level results, either or A-levels results or on predicted grades, or a letter from a school stating your results, and then of course confirmed by the actual results afterwards. But both Szczecin and Wrocław, the next university will show, would close their admissions around the end of June or the beginning of July. You simply apply based with your predicted grades, or a letter from a school stating that you should get the following grades at A levels, and if they are high enough, you may be getting a conditional offer. The condition being that you actually get those grades at your A levels. So Szczecin, for example, Pomeranian Medical University in Szczecin is that's located in the northwest part of Poland, very close to the German border. Hence its popularity with Scandinavian and German students, among other students. I think we have a group of 8 students starting there. 8 Irish and British students started there last year, and some other the previous year. What's particularly interesting about Szczecin is that their very practical approach to teaching medicine. Dental students in Poznań are exposed to patient-dentist interaction from year 1, for example. So it's a very hands-on program of philosophy of teaching that the university follows. The requirements are slightly less stringent, particularly in Szczecin. So you're looking at 2 out of 4 subjects: biology, chemistry, physics, or maths, and 1 needs to be at a higher level and 1 at ordinary level. That in the Irish context. So in essence, easier to get into Szczecin, easier to get into Wrocław. Wrocław, which also has been running the English language program since 2003. And the requirements here are very similar: biology and chemistry mandatory, plus physics or maths. But again, no entrance interview, no exam. You apply based on your school letter, and then you confirm the results late in August. Is it around the 18th of August that the A-level results come out? I think 18th, or
it's the second half of August.
Last week of August. So once the results are out, you need to of course confirm them with the university, and based on that, you're getting your final offer of the place. So we also have had in the past a number of applicants who were looking at graduate entry options. Now, this has been that's being harmonized across Europe by a European directive. So medical education, and by which medical education needs to be at least 5 years in duration. So really all the medical programs, even graduate entry programs, need to be 5 years. It's a 1 year shorter program. Now Poznań specializes in those, but it's a slightly different conversation. We need to look at your transcript and other qualifications or tests or the GAMSATs, etc., that you may have done in the meantime. But if you're looking at graduate entry, please also get in touch. We'll be able to advise to what extent you can shorten. I mean, you can't shorten, it's a 5 year program, but you can maybe get some exemptions on top of shortening the program from 6 to 5 years as well. As far as dentistry options, we recommend Pomeranian Medical University in Szczecin in particular, with entry requirements the same as for medicine, with the difference that in Szczecin for medicine we've got around 100, exactly 100 places, 30 places for dentistry. In Wrocław is the same situation, so the same requirements as in Poznań. Now, in Poznań, from experience, we know that our students who got into the dental program didn't do physics at A levels, and they still managed to get onto the program. Now we've supported them by providing them with our courses, but it's possible to get into those programs not doing one of the sciences if you have very good grades and knowledge levels in the other two sciences. So that's dentistry. In terms of physiotherapy, 5 year degree, popular in Bydgoszcz, and only there at this stage because Poznań has postponed this intake until next year. So you're looking at biology, chemistry, or physics, and an interview, oral entrance exam for those. In terms of pharmacy, again, Poznań postponed, so Gdańsk would be your option with obligatory chemistry and biology or physics, or maths at the A levels. But there's an entrance exam in biology and the other science for pharmacy if you're looking at that. Now, if you're looking at studying nursing, we very much recommend Gdańsk as well, where we have a few international students doing very well, enjoying the program. I think they describe it as very practical, very hands-on. Despite the last 2 years and the pandemic, I think they got to do really a lot with the patients and in the hospital settings. So Gdańsk has been very good for providing that opportunity and that practical experience to the nursing students. So that's nursing, and now so we're moving to a 5.5 year veterinary medicine, and our recommendation is that you first look at Wrocław University of Environmental and Life Sciences, which has been ranked as number 1 in Poland in the last few years. A few things that you need to take into account when choosing a vet program.
Yes, we have actually 2 universities in Poland who are constantly having competition.
Yes.
Warsaw and Wrocław. So one year Wrocław is number 1, second year Warsaw is number 1. But the advantage about Wrocław is that they were awarded during the first attempt the 10-year EAEVE certification. Very important for those who are planning to practice, because this gives a chance you guys to easily start your journey as a vet. I mentioned at the beginning that we also, together with the university, are preparing graduation ceremony for this year graduates. It will take place in Wrocław in April, a couple of days after our trip to Poland. Yes, Arthur, after the Tour de Pologne, as Arthur mentioned, and Arthur tried to show how important it is. Go to Poland, stay a few days, visit few places, and then you have better opinion, you have better vision about your journey when you be living and studying at the particular city. So we start this trip to Poland on the 18th of April, which is Monday, and we start from Wrocław. All the information we will share with you through email. So if you will be interested to join together with us the visitation of universities, the city as well, you are more than welcome. Everything can be organized through our support office. Support office will give you all detailed information: where to stay, where to fly, and who will be with you all the time when you be in Poland, and what is the itinerary of the stay as well. Wrocław Veterinary Medicine is really well organized university, especially having on-site clinic for small animals, but also for large animals. Recently, we were even helping some animals through Poland, transferring the cats from one city to Wrocław, to make sure that this cat will be given the best possible treatment, surgery in Poland, because this university and clinic, which is on-site the campus, has the best equipment in Poland as a first large university, not only having MRI for animals, but also other state-of-the-art facilities, helping small patients and large patients to continue their friendship with humans. Important requirements: biology, chemistry, or you can have both, or if you have one, then you will be asked more questions during the interview session from the second science which you haven't studied. I am the member of the panel in Wrocław University, so I can assure you that the most important is, apart of motivation, good knowledge from biology and chemistry. Once you have a good solid knowledge, you will answer the questions and you will show your attitude and your motivation, then we secure a place and we be able to support you further once you be studying as a student in Wrocław. Quite important also is the largest zoo in this part of Europe, only 5 minutes walk from the university campus. So you have a really good options to learn and get experience needed to become a really good vet. So now, Arthur, I think we might go for another option, which is information regarding our additional support. Not every single applicant needed. We can see that straight after the first discovery call.
Absolutely. And that's why the discovery calls that we start from are so important, so that we can determine what kind of support you may need, at least from our point of view, and then we recommend the following course of action for you. There are a number of ways that we engage with our applicants and we support them. So one of them would be a full-blown mock interview, so a role play that we do to help you understand what you expect at the interview, what kind of question or line of questioning you may experience, and to prepare you for presenting your experience in the best possible way. We also offer a suite of preparatory courses in the sciences, and then pre-med or pre-vet programs once you already have a place, but you need to revise the sciences from a slightly higher academic perspective to make sure that you can hit the ground running when you start the programs. We also, as we mentioned, we run university tours and city tours so that you know the place when you arrive a little bit, and then that's the tour that Adam mentioned that we're running at the end of April. So we sincerely invite you to take part in that trip to see a little bit of Poland, also from academic and cultural perspectives. A few things to touch on in terms of the programs. Of course, you'll across the entire suite of programs that we've talked about, clinical part is a big component. So all the universities that we recommend would have at least one clinic in terms of vet schools or a clinical hospital on the campus for the medical schools, if not 2 hospitals. So it's really easy for students to move through the dorms and lecture rooms, and then later on into the hospitals. Now, one thing that you need to pay attention to when you choose a medical or for that matter a vet school is access to patients. Despite the fact that the first 2 years or maybe 3 years are slightly more theoretical, the first 2 particularly, you need to look for a school that will have very good access to patients. So in Wrocław, for example, the vet school, its clinic on the campus in the heart of the city sees some 80 patients a day. So it's a great opportunity for you to, even if you're not scheduled to have a clinical module in year 1 or 2, you can still arrange to take part in procedures to look how they're done and to learn straight from day 1 at the university. In terms of facilities, you can really expect the libraries, campus, dormitories to be at a European level, anywhere in Germany, UK, Ireland, Spain, wherever you go. You'll see very similar facilities to very high standard with libraries, with journals and books in English. Brand new accommodation that's in Bydgoszcz. Some photos from Wrocław, examples here. And we'll move on to our academic team. I'll hand over to Marta to introduce the entire team and tell you a bit more about how Medical Poland helps to prep for the entrance exams and interviews and get you started on the academic journey. Marta, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Before I start talk about programs which we offer, I would like to say more about our team. You have already met Adam, head of admissions office in Medical Poland. Adam has tremendous experience in third level education sector in Poland, close relationship with Polish medical and veterinary university officials and lecturers. He has extensive knowledge of the admission process and entry requirements, having spent a number of years as a member of 2 admissions admission panel at 2 Polish universities recruiting international students. Adam has been helping build and deliver up-to-date support to make sure that our candidates will be well prepared and secure the dreamed program at Polish universities. Artur, our head of student counselor, who has worked in education for over 13 years, inter alia supporting and managing international enrollment efforts at the University College Dublin, Digital Skills Academy, and University of Social Sciences. Previously, with the Polish Embassy in Dublin, He really understands the challenges of international education. And Arthur is responsible to provide one-to-one mock interviews. Wojtek, our UK school outreach and education advisor, spent most of his 30-year teaching career as a chemistry teacher at the prestigious London Oratory School, where he served as the head of the chemistry department. Give me a second, because somebody wants to join us. Evening. Oh, yes. Apologies for this. Arthur, could you please help me? I can't find our presentation because somebody wanted to join.
Yeah, we'll let them in. Absolutely let them in. Yeah, okay. Right.
Thank you so much. Yes, where I stopped. Yes, Wojtek, our UK school outreach and education advisor. Wojtek taught A-level chemistry and prepared students for medical and veterinary studies and other medicine related courses at university. He is truly familiar with the UK program of studies in chemistry at both GCSE and A-level. Our education team includes lectures from the best medical and veterinary Polish universities. Our academic tutors design courses and supervise progresses during students' work. And my role in this team is to coordinate academic teamwork. I work closely with academic tutors and admission office, supervise development and measure students' achievements. And most importantly, I support students during their courses. My role is also to customize courses according to each student's needs and motivate them to work systematically, because this is very important that you work systematically to obtain the best results. And now I will start to tell you more about our program. I start with the Minimed program. This year, we will run
I think that before Marta will jump into the Minimed program,
okay,
as we are in London, and obviously we have our London expert. So maybe I will invite Wojtek.
Yes, I apologize.
To say a few words to the audience, to everyone, how important is to be well prepared.
Yes, so obviously my role is to make sure that our diagnostic tests are compatible with what you've been taught in English schools. Basically, curriculum is very similar. So actually in chemistry, I can say that you learn here more than Polish secondary school students do. But what I like to make sure that in your diagnostic test, you will not be faced with some unfamiliar units or unfamiliar vocabulary. You will have to, as Adam said, be adequately prepared. That option of studying abroad is not an option for those who were rejected here because they have not been successful in the A-level exams. So I would like to encourage you all to do your best in order to be well prepared. If because of fluctuation in your performance, you will not meet those grades which have been presented to you in your offer, then you might consider this, and that studying in Polish might become your other option. You will be supported by our team, you will be supported by our organization. We're not only facilitating the place in one of those universities, there will be ongoing support. I have 3 of my former students, I taught chemistry in my London school, who have finished. 2 of them are dentists now, practicing dentists, and now one of them is doctor. And I had a very positive feedback from them. They really enjoyed their life. It's not only academic life. Academic course obviously is your priority, and I can assure you that your tutors and all the educators are highly competent professionals, and those organizations, those universities are incredibly sophisticated and very well equipped. You have already been told that your qualification is fully recognized around the world. And those former students of mine, they really enjoyed social aspect of studying in those beautiful cities. So I wish you good luck and all the best.
Thank you so much. Yes, so we'll continue now about our education programs. The first, which I want to tell you, it's a mini-med program. This year, finally, we run the mini-med program. Because of the COVID, we unfortunately
we had to postpone it.
Yes, yes.
We had to postpone it, as in most of the countries, the regulations were quite strict. So we also decided that we won't be different. So together with the one of the university, Collegium Medicum, Nicolaus Copernicus University in Toruń, we have prepared a mini-med program. It's 1 week long program for those who are thinking about pursuing medicine, to give you guys a chance to visit not only the facilities, but also be a member of the classroom, be a member of the community of lectures, of current students as well, because every single day you will have a chance, first of all, to be a part of the anatomy classes. You will have on the second day having a chance to see how important biochemistry is. Also on the third day you will have biology classes, including 3D printing. You will see how medicine is improving, how medicine program is delivered in Poland. That's why we also invite you to the simulation center. Simulation center takes a really huge part of the education, especially in medical professional. Why? Because as a first-year student, you won't have access to the patients. You won't be shadowing a doctor from the day one. Not possible. You have to be well prepared. You have to be having a really good standard knowledge of how to approach patient, how to be well prepared, organized. But simulation center will give you a chance to be a doctor. You will have a chance to take part in the surgery. If you will make a mistake, you will make the mistake on phantom. So it won't harm. This simulation center is a high-class, world quality center where you'll be able to see all the different scenarios in real life. During the mini-med program, you will also have a chance to shadow a well-known professor, still acting surgeon in the university hospital, where you will be shadowing Professor Arkadiusz Jawien, who is a very well recognized figure in medical associations. Then you will have a chance to see patients. Obviously, professor will be doing that with you. That will be a small groups of obviously students. Why? Because the mini-med program is very intense program, which will help you to understand and to learn as much as possible, to give you the answers if medicine is for you, if you are preparing for the interview or exam, this mini-med also will give you additional knowledge. Additionally, a part of it, you will be given certificate of attendance to a mini-med program. And this certificate will help you, will give you additional points when you be applying to the Polish public university. A part of it, obviously, Wojtek already mentioned, social life. It's quite important. Guys, you'll be also, obviously, under our umbrella, you will be given a person who will be responsible for you during the stay 24/7, because most of you will, who are joining the program, we already have candidates who already signed in to visit and to stay at the university. You will be living at the dorms, which is high standard dorms, very good quality accommodation, which gives you a chance to see how the students in Poland are having when they study. It's not only good lectures, good equipment, good knowledge, but also standard of living. So this will be provided. Everything is included, and the price the team decided to present, which is marked 1,390 euro.
Early bird still.
It's okay. It's early bird, but also, guys, if you be traveling with, for example, one parent or parents, we also give you. We will also secure a really discounted place nearby for the parents to make sure that the parents will have a week break and to be close to the beloved ones. The parents will pay for 1 week stay in this particular city, accommodation and food, approximately £300. And you will have accommodation, guys. You will have food as well. So for one parent, additional £300, you can fly over and stay from Saturday to Saturday, or even you can fly for a few days. And then we have transfer from the airport. Our dedicated person from the mini-med program will be accompanying you and will be responsible for the transfers and will be at the accommodation as well. So we will look after your kids to make sure that they will be safe. This is quite important as well. Everyone has in the team, I believe, Marta, you don't have a kid, but Arthur has a kid as well. And our main look into this is safety, high quality of education, because we need good doctors. So this is a few information from myself regarding the mini-med program. You can easily contact support if you are interested, and then you will be given detailed information where you'll be accommodated and how the structure of the day looks like and with whom you will have lectures, because lectures are the same lectures as a university is providing to the students, current students.
Thank you, Adam. So to summarize, the mini-med program is take place in Bydgoszcz from the 2nd to 9th of July, and we have still available places. So I encourage you.
Limited places.
Limited, yes, because I'm not sure. I think that you didn't mention that we provide small groups to make sure that you will take the most from the program. We ensure accommodation as well, as you mentioned. Okay, so I encourage you also to visit our website where you can find more detailed information, pictures. Yes, and now I will tell you more about the programs. We have two kinds of programs for those who apply for studies. The first one, pictures.
Oh, this is the mini-med.
Yeah, from the mini-med.
This is our crew in Poland.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Our students.
And here the pre-test course, the preparatory course. We offer for you guys support tools to make sure that you will be well prepared before your interview and exams. The Medical Poland Pretest course is a learning online support tool designed by Medical Poland Education Experience Academic Team, and it's delivered on the Pearson's platform. I think that most of you knows the platform. And the course is to help applicants increase their chances of successfully passing entrance exams and interviews for the Polish medical and veterinary schools. Our prep courses are available in English at any time and anywhere from multiple devices. Yes, the pretest course also amplifies important and useful sciences knowledge required and used in medical sciences and veterinary sciences. What is very important, the course is the pretest course is tailored to every individual needs, circumstances, learning style, and knowledge levels in each of the subjects based on answers from the biology, chemistry, and physics diagnostic test. This is why we previously, my colleagues told you about the diagnostic test, because based on your answers, we will better know how we can help you, what should be improved, and how customize the pretest course to your needs to make sure that you will be well prepared. Yes, very important thing, we ensure interaction with our tutors. What does it mean? That you can ask the questions, ask for the clarification, if you need a deeper explanation for any topic. Also, we ensure 24 months access to all study materials, including e-textbook, where you can make your own notes. This will allow you to return to the material during the first 2 years of your studies. And also at the end, you receive a certificate of attendance, which you can use in your documentation for when you will be applying for the studies. And so this is the first of the course of the program which offer for those who are applying. Another one is the mock interview for those who think that needs the help to because this is very the interview can be very stressful, because this is the first time when you will have the real interview in front of you, the interviewing panel, and kind of nervousness will not be helpful for you. So we provide, actually Arthur provide a one-to-one mocks interview, 40-60 minutes, depend the candidate, to help you be being prepared and yes, and during a mock interview, you will touch the typical interview structure, discuss most commonly asked general questions, and presenting your previous experience, your strengths, and areas for improvement.
If I can jump in just
Yes.
for 2 seconds. For many of you, it won't be that new of an experience. For some, it will. And I think the kind of value we bring in here, particularly with a few specific universities, is that we've been sitting on the interview panels for a few years now for different universities, and we understand what the questioning lines typically are at those given universities. So that's a valuable kind of hint, in a sense, with some specific universities.
Thank you. Yes. So this is mock interview. And now few words, only a few words, because this is not so important at this stage, that we provide pre-vet and pre-med programs for accepted students who already start they dreamed program. This is the summer program from biology, chemistry, physics, which help you systematize your knowledge and be well prepared for upcoming studies. The pre-med program is also provided on the Pearson's platform, is designed by our academic team. We ensure 4 weeks interaction with our tutors, and as well 24 months access to all study materials, where you have a lot of tests, videos, animations, to make sure that you can come back to that material during the first 2 years of your studies. At the end, you receive as well a certificate of completion. So this is pre-med program.
Yes, I think now we can also mention, Marta,
Yes.
quite important part of your team, which is also organizing anatomy program, which can be also done online to give you better knowledge about the human body. It's also delivered through the Pearson platform. We have dedicated tutor from the anatomy department in one of the university. So there is more programs to give you a chance to see what you can expect and what you'll be studying at the university level. Obviously, this is additional services from Medical Poland education team. Not everyone needs that support, but those who are thinking about being a really good doctors, there is always something you can find for yourself to improve, because there is always a room for improvement. I think that we said everything today.
Yes.
So thank you so much. I believe that we can now say thank you so much to all who are here in person in London, and all who joined online session. We encourage you to contact support@medicalpoland.ie or support@medicalpolandeducation.co.uk to schedule one-on-one call to discuss your option and to help you and to work together to make the dream happen. So thank you so much for everyone. Thank you so much for joining, and see you soon in Poland.
Thank you. And take any questions. We're happy to take once we switch off recording.
So do we have any questions, guys? Maybe first we can ask the audience, and then we can move on.